guys, welcome back to Cool Stuff with Cody. Today I'm going to tell you all about biking the Hiawatha Bike Trail in Wallace, Idaho. I'm going to give you some tips and give you some ideas of gear that you might need along the trail, and I'm just going to try to help you have a better time biking the Hiawatha. First, I'm just going to tell you about the trail and give you a little bit of information about it. It's all downhill, and you could ride down and up. It has a shuttle service, so if you just want to ride it down, that's okay. So you can just ride it down, and then the shuttle service will just bring you right back up to the top. It's really cool because there's a lot of tunnels along it, and you can buy lunches at the lodge they have, and you can rent bikes, or you can bring your own. Or you could bring your own lunch too. Hey guys, now I'm going to talk about the bikes that we brought. I'm going to tell you about some of the ones I really recommend and some others that I wouldn't really want to take. So, first I'm going to go over some of the ones that weren't the best. These smaller, like, road bike, this bike's chain came off so much. It's really loose, and it's just not very, I don't know if you can tighten it, but both tires got pretty flat on the Hiawatha, and yeah, it's just not a very good bike to take on the trail. So, now I'm going to tell you about the bikes that I would recommend. I would really recommend some mountain bikes, because if you're going uphill and downhill, you can shift gears to make it easier going uphill. And just because they're built for that kind of terrain. I really recommend mountain bikes because they're really useful going on the mountain terrain. My little sister is 5 and she's not really ready to ride two-wheelers, so we got something called a tandem bike, which is really nice because it's small and it attaches to big bikes. These tandem bikes are really nice because they fold up and walk. It's like a half bike, so this up here will attach to a bigger bike, and there's just this knob right down here, right where it folds, and you can screw that to tighten it up, and then it'll be really locked on there so it won't fold down on the trail. And then you can just unscrew it, and then just lift that little knob back up, and then it just folds right down. So it's really nice because you can put it in the back of your car, and it's just a very easy bike to ride. Another thing you want to make sure you have is tandem attachment. The tandem attachment needs to be really tight on the bike, because sometimes whenever you turn on your tandem or you should like shift a little bit, it will cause this big bike to like jerk a little bit because it's not tight enough. So you want to make sure you have a tight tandem attachment. And another thing you want to make sure is if this piece that moves right here is stiff, then you should either get a new one or oil it and try to get it to be able to move, because if that can't move, then it's just incredibly hard to steer the bike. You can rent mountain bikes, you can rent tandem bikes, you can also rent bike strollers. Bike strollers are nice because you can, if you have like really little kids, like newborn babies that you want to take and stuff, and like 1-year-olds and 2-year-olds, and just littler kids that aren't even ready to ride a tandem, you can get a bike stroller and you can put them in there. But just keep in mind that it is a really bumpy trail, so make sure your kid has a strong enough neck that it won't just be flopping around the whole time riding, because that could be a little dangerous for your kid. Now I'm just going to go over some of the gear. First, I'm going to go over you have to have this gear. You'll need a bike light and a helmet and some water. Oh, some of the lights that we had didn't work the best. Like this one, it's kind of old. but it still worked. And then there's this one. These two bike lights just strap onto your bike. But our favorite was the headlamps. The headlamps are really nice because you can strap them onto your helmet or your head. And when you're going through the tunnels and stuff, it's really nice because you can look around and see. Instead of these ones, it's just straight down at the road in the tunnel. So those are really nice. Headlamps are really nice to have when you're going through the tunnels. Some optional gear is jackets. Jackets are nice because when you go through the tunnels, the first tunnel is actually over 1.5 miles long, and it's pitch black, so that's why you have to have the headlamps. And it gets pretty cold in there because there's water going through there, and that just makes it a little bit more cold and stuff. So it's really nice to have a jacket. Another optional thing is gloves. Gloves are nice to have because the trail's really bumpy. So when you're going on that, it's like a 14-mile trail, so it's a lot of bumps, and your hands are trying to hold on to your handlebars for usually about 3 hours. So it's just really nice to have some biking gloves because they can just keep your hands a lot more calm because they have padding in it, so those are just really nice. Another pair of optional gear is a bike toolkit. These are really nice because they just strap onto your back down here under your seat. There's a certain attachment you have to have with it because it slides into this, and it just unzips around here, and then you can put some stuff in here like a bike multi-tool. These are nice to have on the trail because it has like everything you would need to fix your bike. So those are this bike toolkit is really nice to have on the trail because if you don't have the best bikes sometimes, it might be really nice to have a bike toolkit. And you also need, it'd be nice to have some of these lights because you can turn them on when you're going through the tunnels so people behind you can see. Another thing you might want on the trail is a bike helmet. It just straps on down here, and it's easy because you can just unvelcro that, undo that, and then you're able to just pull your bike pump out. And it's really easy to get to on the trail, and it's nice to have because if you don't have the best bike tires, then that'd be nice to have. Hey guys, now I'm going to give you a couple more tips for the biking the Hiawatha Trail. I would really recommend getting an early start on the trail because down at the bottom there's shuttles that have to take you up sometimes, and if you don't get an early start and you leave in the afternoon, you might miss the shuttles and have to bike up, which sometimes is not the fun. And I would also recommend bringing sunscreen. The trail is pretty shady, but you will get a little sunburn sometimes if you don't bring sunscreen. And I really hope you have a really fun time biking the Hiawatha. If you have any questions, just leave a message in the comments below. And thanks for watching. Cool stuff like that.